The way it's going to work is that you guys are all going to be on a stagecoach bound for Lazarus, which is a boom town, and Lazarus is very well known even far east because the rumor is that there's been a gold strike in the hills near Lazarus, and it's probably the hottest boom town in recent history. So everyone's heading down there to stake their own claim, and so you guys are heading down there for your own reasons, and to that end, you are all either sharing a stage or you're basically following the stage on your horses or wagons or whatever you have. So you're kind of forming a caravan to go down there. So it's assumed that if you guys are at all sociable, you're all sharing the same coach and at least know each other's names. What else you wish to share is up to you. So I thought what I would do is just ask you guys what your stated purpose for heading out west is at least. So it'd just be kind of courtesy, like, hey, how are you doing? My name's this. What brings you to Lazarus, or where are you headed? And they say, Lazarus, what for? And they go, You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm just trying to measure out the ham meter on my character because he thinks he's British. He thinks he's British royalty, royal family. So I'm trying to go in my head how hammy I want him to be. I want to keep somewhat decent. So yeah, I also need to find. I'm atrocious at math. Really, I'm completely adept. So I'm looking for a calculator. I lost my computer's. I misplaced my computer's calculator somehow.
Right now, I'm seated in the stage, and I'm more or less going through my bag and making sure that all my instruments are in good order and are in their proper place.
Okay.
As the others may observe.
I guess since I have a card, I'd probably be driving.
Okay, Arclight. I won't try. Well, I'm not directly from Britain. I'm from Boston, so if anything, I'd try a New England accent, which I can try later. I'm not really that good at New England accent, despite that fact that 90% of my family is from New England. So I should be able to do the accent.
It'll be funny. And you're like, yeah, you got quite the accent there, Your Highness.
Oh, then I'll say, well, I'm not I'm not.
You're New England royalty.
Yeah, I'm from New England. Well, that is a lot
Yes, that
Basically,
famous
your
royalty.
character-
a lot of
Wait.
English people went to New England,
Wait,
so
wait,
that makes
so-
sense.
Does your character think he's the king of England or the king of New England?
No, he's not the king. No, he doesn't think he's king. He thinks he's just part of the royal family, basically. He's like the prince. He's basically a prince, and a duke or a prince or something. He thinks he's a duke. Let's go with that.
Most of the British people who came to New England were trying to get away from the royal family.
Not all. Well, that was with when they colonized it. With,
The original.
yeah, not the original, but when they later on.
No, the original people were trying to get away.
Yeah, I'm not the original. I'm basically later on. What?
In any case,
Storm, what's your
So-
driving skill at?
Mine is... Well, of course it's listed as droving, but it's driving.
Roving.
40%. What's yours at?
34%.
I might actually have you drive for me then.
Okay.
Maybe make a little money. I'll pay you like $1 a day.
wow, that's
Wow.
expensive.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good
I'm a
money.
nice person, nice honest gentleman.
Push over.
Plus, he has to stay up at night and watch the horses.
Oh god. You've
See,
turned the
you
Mexican
buy-
into
you
your
buy
personal
the,
slave.
The stuff like that within the kindness of paying him $1 a day.
Okay, so who all actually has their own horses or is not riding in the stagecoach?
I'm gonna purchase the horse, but
Juan
Yeah.
has a horse.
I'm gonna purchase the horse too. So
John's riding a horse.
I would never see myself riding the stagecoach with the common people.
So
Bought a
if
horse.
once he can ride shotgun with me.
I can already tell this whole royalty thing is going to get really cheesy real fast.
Well, no, I'm not really. I'm not gonna really do that. No, I'm basically.
Well, you have to do it to some extent, or you don't deserve the points for it. But
Yeah. I'm gonna make it more gentleman-like. I'm gonna make it. He doesn't want to take up space. That's what he says. That's what he says anyway. He says he doesn't want to take up space, so he'll just ride his own horse. He's cool like that.
Okay, so
Yeah,
is nobody riding a stage? Because that fucks things.
Well, we could be riding the stage. We could assume that the horse that we bought are ones that we're picking up later, I guess.
yeah, maybe Stuff
because
Okay.
I
sent
did-
forward
That
to
could be
meet
done.
us.
I mean, if you want, if we should be on the
Yeah,
stage for the
if it
sake
helps
of,
to run the stage, I mean.
that's
Wow,
fine.
fuck it, I don't care. I just written out like an intro, like, oh, you guys are gonna be. I didn't think you guys had actually bought horses. Fuck me.
Perhaps
Okay.
they've been traveling for some time and at some point have camped
No.
together and shared some details.
Well, you're basically following the same trail the stage takes. You know, there's a, I forget what it's called now. Yeah, you're following the McNard Lowry Stage Company stage line. So I said stage like 3 times there.
Done.
It's been a long and arduous ride. You've been traveling for, well, since Amarillo, which is the last major civilized area you were at. And it's just about where the rail line ends, I think, Amarillo. I believe so.
Must not
So
say.
from there, you've been riding for about 4 or 5 days. The longest ride by far was you were just coming out of Rancho Bucareli, which was about a 13 to 15-hour ride, depending on how you got there. So, but you're in the home stretch now. It's only from here. It's only about an hour 30 minutes to Lazarus, and you guys are aware of each other since you've all been basically following the same trail, and you've all been seeking room and board, and so you're aware of each other's existence. So you head out early in the morning and you start riding towards Lazarus at Destiny, and along the way, let's say it's about 7:30 a.m. You've been riding for about 45 minutes when all of a sudden you see, as you just crest a ridge about 300 yards down, you see what looks like the ruins of some kind of wagon or a stagecoach piled along the side of the road with a thin black plume of smoke spiraling up from the top of it. You also see the dim forms of dead horses laying on the ground nearby. There does not appear to be anyone moving around.
I immediately begin riding towards the scene in a desperate attempt to get a better idea of if I can see any survivors, if any.
Okay. Let me. Sorry, let me get my book out here. I'm gonna get my skills out.
Faust, are you going to ride with me or are you going to ride in the stagecoach?
You're there.
I figured
There's
I
no
was
stage.
Oh,
Okay, so you're
I
going to
don't
ride.
have a horse, so
Yeah, you can ride with me then.
okay.
On my cart. You can drive.
Give me a second. I don't have.
That's okay. Well,
See, this is we're adapting here. I'm
So yeah,
shifting the narrative on the fly.
if you're driving, then I will, as a precautionary measure, brandish my hunting rifle, just in case it's engines.
Hang on. I'm just looking for my skills.
Uh,
I had everything else marked down here, but not skills. Ah, here we go. Okay. There's no perception, but I guess observation? Would that be?
yeah, observation.
I
Which
think I have some.
It's for
observation
noticing
things.
small details.
Oh, that's small details. I wonder what is there like a
Well, then
Like a general
generally assume if you can see it, then you'll see it. There is a search check though, or a search skill.
I wouldn't say observation is particularly small details, but not completely obvious details. So, like
Let me
if you're
see search
observant, you'll see things that maybe not everyone will see.
seems a little
That's
bit
like
redundant, but that's just
Noticing a poker player's twitch, that kind of thing.
I'll be there in a second. I'm really frantically trying to get everything going.
all right. Well,
Huh?
I'm just waiting for.
Okay, let's do searching if you have that skill.
Okay,
Searching.
so searching.
It's a universal skill, so we could all make a roll, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I have no wisdom and no point invested in it, so I have like a 10. So I gotta basically roll underneath.
You got to roll over
Gotta roll over
like 90.
Yep. Here we go.
Yeah, I have the. I have
But
the,
it also depends on the difficulty of the check. So there's kind of math I'm doing behind the scenes. So
yeah, that's definitely not over 90, so I don't see anything.
I got a 70.
Does anybody here have points in it?
No.
No.
okay, just
I
give me
think
1
I
second.
had the highest wisdom now, but that didn't help me at all.
I was gonna need 1 minute to make sure I got this right here. This is why the first session is gonna be a little slow. Make sure we got to. Let's see, rolling skills.
I think I'm sorry.
Yeah, skill check modifiers. What happens is, if it's a difficult check, you just roll your skill as is. But if it's like an average check, you actually add like 40% to the roll. You know, so that's why I think the skill system is a little clunky.
Right.
But whatever.
I think
Well, I'm pretty
crap.
sure I failed no matter what with my roll of 13, so I'm out. Skitch had the best roll.
Yay! I found the server. Awesome.
I can roll for you while you're trying to get in, if you like.
Yeah, let me give you my what skill?
Searching.
Searching.
Okay.
If
let
you're
me
not
give you-
trained in it, it's a universal skill.
Right, it's universal,
Yeah.
so you're
Whoa. Searching. I think it's universal. I think it's searching.
wisdom.
80. Whoa. 87.
Oh, you actually have some points in it.
Yeah, 87%. Well, it's universal, so yeah, 87%.
All right. None of you noticed. You keep a wary eye out. Can somebody turn their sound off, or is that me?
Yeah, I'm going to. How do you do that, real quick?
I don't know. It's like edit preferences.
Got
somewhere.
it. Okay. It's gone. Fuck. Okay, I'm good.
All right, Skitch. You keep a wary eye out on the horizon for anyone who might be still lurking around, eager to do more violence to you, but you see nobody. You ride down to the wagon, weapon at the ready, and you find it's a scene of slaughter. It appears that this is actually the remains of the stagecoach that a great many other people without horses would have ridden. It appears to be tipped over on one side, its wheels on the left side completely shattered and blown to pieces, as if somebody had thrown dynamite at the thing. The horses have likewise been slaughtered. You can see the telltale marks of arrows sticking out of the throat of one, and the second horse's throat has been slit. You can also see the what appears to be the remains of a quick but savage gun battle. You see two people and one woman in actually some fairly fancy dress of the woman. She wears a red button-up dress, who has been rather brutally just killed and half sprawled out of the wagon. The two men appear to be businessmen of a sort who put up a very brief defense, their gun still clutched in their hand. The most sickening sight, however, is the fact that the men have been scalped. And their bodies have been piled back to back against one side of the car of the stagecoach car.
Oh, this is awful. I could have done such a thing like this.
Are the rest of us riding up at this point, if we continued on?
Also, also, Skitch notices that pinned beneath the right side of the stagecoach, you can see the driver, who is very, very clearly dead. The reins still clutched in his hand. It looked like he was killed as soon as the stage tipped over.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just taking a look over the scene to notice if I can spot if I could determine the actual cause of death from any of these folks outside of what I just immediately thought. If there's anything that might have not been immediately obvious.
Make a medicine roll.
Okay. 57 is my roll, and my ranking at 16%.
Okay. It appears that the men have actually been shot. The one of them actually appears to have taken down with a shotgun. You can actually tell the telltale marks of a shotgun blast straight to the chest. The other one appears to have been shot with a with a smaller caliber weapon like a handgun, and that's all you can tell. The woman